Hey, what's up everybody? Brian from Lean by Doing. I've traveled all the way to Nashville, Tennessee to come visit my friend Will at Tennessee Cheesecake. Let's go take a look. Earlier this morning, I had a chance to lead their morning meeting, and they have this totally awesome morning meeting set up, and they have these Seating Matters inspired boards that show all the different lean lingo and lean thinking, and I think that's super cool. They built a really great environment in here, and the morning meeting was just electric, so it was so fun. Now we're looking at their test kitchen. This is where they do all the real fun creative stuff, trying to figure out new desserts. As you can see there, they didn't skip lean in there. You can see the Kamishibai board, all their daily tasks, as well as some other lean things inspired inside. Throughout this entire facility, they have standards just plastered everywhere, showing you how to do everything from, how to clean your boots to how to store the hose, go, no go, defects. It's so awesome. And they've done a phenomenal job of making sure that the answer is where the question is always being asked. Now we're in the employee break room, and this place is freaking phenomenal. You can see they have a Kamishibai board to keep everything clean. They have more standards posted on the wall, as well as Kanbans. So if you're looking to reorder soap or any of the antibacterial foam, it's right there. They have crumb trails listed right here so people know where to go to restock their paper towel. It is just such a great job. All right, so now we're out in their warehouse, and as you can see here, they have these awesome stands built for all their Gemba pipe. And what they have been doing is they've been using this Gemba pipe to build really cool lean ideas and turn them into reality on the shop floor. And this is a really great spot for their employees to get creative, and it's also all the tools that they need, and everything's on Kanban, just like it should be. It is such a nice place. Here's a really good example of how they're using the Gemba pipe. They needed to make more warehouse space behind this rack, and this stuff was all hanging on the wall. So they got really creative, and they made this rack to take the things that were on the wall and get them off the wall so they can use that area for storage. Now we're in their setup area, and this is where they get ready for each day on the ship. So this is where they have to clean all of the equipment, all the supplies that are needed. They're all on Kanban, 2-bin system on pegs. They have all these O-rings that they need for assembly, and then they have been working on improvements like this, where they are collecting all the parts into a basket and taking them over to wash so that all the components stay together instead of making a struggle when they try to put it all back together after the dish cleaning process. And that's super cool, and you can see they got standards on their walls, and for them, changeovers are really expensive and time-consuming process, and they have to do it every time they shut down because of food and safety. So it's awesome to see that they're working to find ways to reduce that burden. In front of me is their recipe board. So before, they would go into an ERP system to print out the recipe every time they needed to change a recipe. Instead, they came up with this great solution in which they actually just put the recipes in here, and then they can just come over here and grab them without the struggle of going into an ERP system to print them. This is a super cool way to add standards on the shop floor where it's useful for the employees that are working. Here's a great example of where visual control is being used. They're showing that these ovens that are green are online for the green tags, and for the red tags, these are the ovens that are set up for that today. Here's more great visual control. It's pretty easy to see what are in these bins just from looking here. It also tells you, these are the left-handed ones, extra large, large, medium. It's right there, easy to get to, takes out the struggle. It's so great. This is one of my favorite uses of Gemba docks that I've seen here, and they're actually using this to show their defects. So these are their go, no go standards for this particular part, their go, no go for that particular part. And the best part is, even though they're defects, it's all delicious. As you can see behind me, they have a whole team of people working away on depanning these cheesecakes. Yesterday, this was a completely different setup, and today they've just switched the process, and now they're working and a whole different group. The other thing is the employees rotate through this whole place so they don't get stale working in the same spot, but they also get to see how the burden feels in every department, and they can make improvements. Another example where they're using Gemba pipe to create these great little carts that they're using for their aprons and their shirts. Every lean organization needs a lean cave. As you can see behind me, these are all the tools that they need, whether it be magnets or zip ties or stainless straps or ownership tags. They have it all here for their employees to access during 3S time so that they can make the improvements that make changes on the shop floor. For them, lean actually carried over into the office. What we're looking at is their office space, where they've actually removed all the offices. Now it's wide open space instead of individual silos. Another great example, all of their supplies in their office are on Kanban with a 2-bin, and that is fantastic, making sure that everything is there and never running out. Here's another great example of putting standards where they need to be. They have their work standards for cooling fan setup for how they're cooling their cheesecake, and it's right here at the point where the cheesecakes would come down this line and be set up in front of these fans. So my time is up at Tennessee Cheesecake. It's time for me to head back to Michigan, but I absolutely, thoroughly loved this visit. The people have so much energy to give. I'm so excited to go home and take some of their great ideas and implement them in our lean implementation. If you're in the Nashville area, I highly recommend you contact Will and ask him if you can come play in his factory, because it is top-notch, awesome, lean implementation. Check it out, and I'll catch you guys on the next tour.